Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the M1 MacBook Pro. This is my second video. In the first video, I covered the video editing performance on it, and it was absolutely amazing. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. And in this video, we're going to be covering the gaming performance on this. Now, I have the base model MacBook Pro with just 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabyte SSD. Nothing special really, but just something I wanted to try out the video editing aspects of it and to improve my workflow. Now, let's be honest here, you don't buy a Mac to game. You build a gaming PC for that. But I really wanted to see if I can play a couple games, you know, in case I'm out and about with just some friends or on a trip or something, and I wanted to fire up a game. So we won't be going into, you know, things like Shadow of the Tomb Raider or, you know, Dirt Rally or whatever. People have already covered that. I just wanted to really get a feel of how it would perform in some, you know, multiplayer games you would most likely be playing on this. Let's face it, you know, you're probably not going to be forking over $1,200 for a MacBook Pro to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider at 25 FPS. Granted, that is impressive for this chip, but let's just be real here. So let's go ahead and fire up Steam and take a look on how well it performs in gaming. All right, so I just wanted to make this note. The whole user interface on Steam is incredibly laggy. Like, it is 5 FPS maybe, I don't know. It's a slideshow. It's probably just not optimized for the M1s yet. I can see Steam probably coming out with an update to get this fixed. But that is an incredibly annoying thing that happens. But we're going to go ahead and go to my library and see what we have installed. I installed American Truck Simulator, Counter-Strike, Golf with Your Friends, Shell Shock Live, and Tabletop Simulator. All great games you would most likely be playing on this. So let's go ahead and start things off just from the top and fire up American Truck Simulator. Okay, so I'm going to go into the graphics settings and show you what we're up against here. It can't play at the native display, or it can't play at the native resolution of this display, which is 2560 by 1600, I believe. So we're just going to leave it on this. This is what the closest resolution is. Go ahead and enable everything and completely just go to Ultra. All right, now I have an in-game FPS counter on the top left. Now the reason why I'm just recording it this way and not on the laptop is because I want the performance to be on the laptop as much as possible. And we're getting around 25 FPS. You know, that's to be expected, but that is absolutely incredible for a laptop. And I'm not even going to look because I don't know how this works without a steering wheel. I play with the steering wheel, so. But this is very playable frame rates. It's not ideal. Oh dear. It's not ideal, but it's playable. All right, and this is at ultra settings. So we're going to knock it down a little bit and just see how the performance is. Wow, this is so bad without playing on a steering wheel. We're going to just see how the performance is just on low, just to see if we can actually get the 60 FPS. Oh, wow, look at this. Way better frame rates. Now, this is playable. We're getting 55 FPS, 40. This game's engine is pretty bad. It's not really optimized. Even on my gaming computer, it just fluctuates in the city like this below 60. But for a mobile chip, you did see some stuttering there, but this is very playable. You could have fun with this. All right, let's fire up Counter-Strike Global Offensive. All right, so we're going to fire up Activity Monitor and kill this because it does not work. So Counter-Strike, fail. All right, the next game we're going to fire up is Golf with Your Friends. This is a game I have a lot of fun with and something that I think would be more realistic to play on this thing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the video settings. We are running at 2560 by 1600, so that is the correct resolution for this display. Full screen, VSync on, and ultra settings. Anti-aliasing, we're gonna turn that to all the way up because I don't know why that's not a thing. I don't know why that didn't pop up. So everything is completely maxed out on this game, and we are going to see if we can actually play it. All right, so yeah, we're getting around 34 FPS right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to make the shot here. Playing on a trackpad, this is kind of difficult, but come on. Come on. You got this. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is there we go. So you can play this at 30 FPS. It's very playable for a game like this. It's not really, you know, an FPS shooter that you need to be competitive at. You know, it's just a lot of geometry skills and, you know, working the... You gotta be kidding me. And a lot of just working different angles and stuff. So, all right, let's go ahead and open up Shell Shock Live here. Looks like we can only play at this resolution, and I put it on ultra settings and just fire it up and see how it goes. So we're locked at 60 FPS. It's not that, this doesn't require that big of a computer to play. So this is a very playable game. It's not going to be a bad experience playing this game on this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next game and check it out. All right, the next game we're going to fire up is Tabletop Simulator. This is a game that I enjoy playing with my friends. If you're into, you know, card games or whatever, and you just want to have fun, especially in the current situation with the world, this is a perfect game to play. You can't play cards together, you might as well play it virtually. Take a look at the graphics settings. Hopefully you guys can see that. Probably not. We're at the custom preset quality because I adjusted it. 2560 by 1600, full screen VSync, full size textures. We're gonna turn MSAA all the way up. Shadow quality, we're gonna crank all the way to high. Now let's go ahead and jump into a quick, you know, Cards Against Humanity. All right, so I'm getting right now on the Ultra preset, I'm getting 20 FPS on the top left. But as you can see, it's still very playable. You can lower the graphics settings, you know, if you want to. You know, it's just a battle of what you really want. Do you really want frame rates or do you want the visual quality? Whether you choose both, it's still playable and it's still fun. So one thing I forgot to mention as I'm editing this video together, and I can't believe I forgot to mention it, is the ability to play iOS and iPad games on the M1 Max. Since they are ARM-based, meaning they have a similar architecture as the iPhones and iPads, they are able to play these games off the App Store. Albeit the experience is not great, but we'll go ahead and fire up Among Us and I'll kind of show you what I mean. Right off the bat, I mean, you can see, like, if I use the arrow keys, I mean, I'm not getting anywhere, you know, same with WASD. It doesn't work. I mean, and that's the whole experience. You have to use the on-screen controls. So I really hope they update that in the future to where you can actually use your keyboard and be able to interact with these games. I mean, the experience overall isn't that bad. So another thing I just found out, and that I had no idea about, I found this out on accident, is you can actually stream games onto your Mac from your gaming PC if you have a gaming PC built already, like I do. So, like, you know, for example, if I wanted to play BeamNG, which is not installed on this laptop, I just hit stream here and then jump right in. So let's just jump in a free roam map. Yeah, so look at that. I'm playing BeamNG on a MacBook Pro M1. I mean, obviously you could do this with your, you know, Intel MacBook as well. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. I had no idea you can stream games to any other computer that had Steam on if you had a, see that you've seen a little bit of lag there. If you had a gaming computer already set up, that's actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it probably requires really good internet to have, but I mean, this is impressive. Oh, and one thing I did forget to mention, you know, I've been gaming for about like half an hour or so. It's not even warm. I mean, no fans. This thing has a fan. It's not even kicked on. Overall, the gaming performance on this machine, for these few games at least, is very, very good, considering this chip, I believe, is only pushing out 10 watts, which is nuts. So that is a wrap on this video. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be doing another video probably in the next couple weeks, doing a full review on this machine and what my experience is like. As you guys may have known from my first video, I am a PC user. This is my first Macintosh, and I don't really know much about these, so I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, stay tuned for that review, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.